My dog is losing it. Max, come here. All right, guys. I really want to share some very shocking and alarming mail that I received. A letter in the mail from AT&T about a breach, a security breach. Now here, check this out. And I got the letter here, so I'm gonna read it to you. I had to cover up and redact some information here so that you guys don't. So I had to cover it up. I just grabbed something right here real quick to cover this up. But it says that this is a notice regarding customer proprietary network information. And make a little adjustment here. AT&T's commitment to customer privacy and data security is a top priority. We recently determined that an unauthorized person breached a vendor's system and gained access to your customer proprietary network information, CPNI. In our industry, CPNI is information related to the telecommunication services that you purchase from us, such as the number of lines in your account or the wireless plan to which you are subscribed. However, according to the letter here, please rest assured that no sensitive personal or financial information such as social security number or credit card information was accessed. And to address this issue, the following steps have been taken. So they list a few steps down here. And we confirmed, I don't know if you guys can see that, we confirmed that the vendor that the vulnerability has been fixed. We, number 2, have notified federal law enforcement about the unauthorized access of your CPNI as required by the Federal Communications Commission. Our report to law enforcement does not contain specific information about your account, only that the unauthorized access occurred. If you have, I'm sorry, my dog is losing it. Max, come here. Hey. He's losing it because Squirrel Tribe just showed up. He's waiting for her to come up. She'll be here in a minute. But anyway, if you have an existing account with AT&T, you may want to consider adding our extra security password protection to the account at no cost. Please accept our apology for this incident. If you have further questions, you may visit the website and log in. You will be prompted for your My AT&T login credentials, and if you do not have a My AT&T profile, you can create one using your account information. Thank you, AT&T. I told you she'd be here in a minute. What we got?
Okay, so I went to Whole Foods and got some hummus and some tofu, but I also got my orange juice, and I got, I'm glad I made it up when I did. Look, the bag, because I went to Publix afterwards and the temperature and everything's all sweaty. I got some more bananas, but the main thing I got are the eggs. They don't have the 18 count anymore, or lately. They've only got the 12 count. These things are $8.49 for one of these, for 1 dozen eggs, because they're organic pasture raised.
You got an iPad too?
Yeah, and I got an iPad. But then I went to Publix, and Publix is just a complete circus right now because all the people on vacation shopping.
And the tornado warning.
The random tornado. I'm like, it's sunny out, it's gorgeous, there's no dark skies anywhere, it doesn't make sense. But I got cream cheese because I was going to get bagels, and the guy was putting out all the bagels, and he had everything but cinnamon raisin bagels, and he was like, well, if you're going to be here for a while, I have some in the back and I can go get them. And I was like, nah.
A while?
I'll get them next time. I'll get the cream cheese now. We'll worry about everything else later. And then I got the seasoning that we've been using on the...
Are there metal shavings in there?
No, not in this one. They do it better in Mexico when it comes to stuff like that. My live stream today is going to be fun.
It's a crazy world. The live stream is 2.0?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a crazy time. People are, they get this shield of armor. Here it is. Here's my shield of armor. Put it on. So when I'm behind this, I can do and say anything I want in the comment section. Especially because my profile, my avatar is probably not even, anywhere in close relation to who I actually am. And it's just people just being an ass. Mm-hmm. Unnecessarily, really.
Yeah.
I think there's times when, it's warranted, but...
Generally speaking, personal attacks for no apparent reason are just somebody's way of saying that they are miserable in life, and because you're happy, they want to crap in your Wheaties. those people need to take a short walk off, or a long walk off a short cliff. Isn't that how it goes? Something like that.
But speaking of safety, talking about some of this food stuff, hoverboard is being recalled after a fire that killed 2 children. I thought we were done with the hoverboard fires.
And exploding cell phones and exploding vape pens. Weren't those the other things that were exploding?
Oh yeah, and the Samsung batteries on
Yeah.
the phones.
Well, I guess the thing is
Thank you.
was the fire caused by something hoverboard did? I was going to throw it away, or something the people did with the hoverboard. Whoops.
Oh well,
You know what I mean?
some of that comes down to the charging. Whereas if you're charging it with the wrong charger, it can like cook the battery. And then the battery catches on fire. Then the other thing is if it's a lithium ion battery, that joker will burn forever.
Well, then don't forget about the things that the surface gets too hot and people lay them on the wrong thing. Like I'll put my laptop on the computer, my laptop on the couch every once in a while when I'm recording, because I need to put it down to really make my point, because I use my hands a lot when I talk, you know what I'm saying? So I'll put the computer on the couch right next to me, and inevitably I'll get the comment that says, hey, don't do that, it'll get too hot. It could get the couch cushion hot. You could start a fire or leave some sort of imprint there or something. And so it could be the same thing with the hoverboards.
I watched a little bit of a video of a creator, and she was a trash. She decided to be a trash collector in California, but she showed in the video starting off. Her name is Michelle Care
Okay.
or Kari. I tried garbage collection, but in the beginning of the video, she showed all the garbage trucks that burned to the ground. Have a napkin, please.
Oh, I forgot it. Didn't get
After disposing of the batteries, and then they caught fire.
Oh, you want orange juice?
Sure.
Okay.
OJ.
OJ,
Speaking of OJ,
if you speak it, if you say it Spanishy.
somebody just bought a brand new Ford Bronco Raptor. If he had one of those, he would have got away. That joker got like 1,000 horsepower.
OJ wasn't driving fast though, was he?
Nah,
I was about to say, if he had given it some gas, he
He
might
was
have gotten
chilling.
away.
fiddling around with them gloves. But those batteries are dangerous.
You know what's funny is they're building a whole bunch of plants to make more dangerous batteries.
And then the cars using them for
What car was it that was exploding in the garage? I don't remember if it was Ford. I don't remember who it was. But
you mean recently or back in the day?
I would say within the last 6 months. I remember reading something along the lines of don't park in your garage because there's the possibility of explosion and fire. And I can't remember what it was. Look, you're eating breakfast and I'm eating leftovers for lunch.
What you got?
I have the rest of my pad thai from P.F. Chang's, and I stole the rest of your rice and put it in there. And then I have the rest of my tempura calamari.
So that's crazy. I was thinking about that today. Cause I dropped the Porsche off on to get work done. I need a ride, by the way.
Okay. Oh, what time? Because the dog has a grooming appointment Thursday also.
Actually, they might give me a loaner.
Ask him for a loaner.
Well, Scott said that he's putting those 2 Macans into loaner. And they already told me if they have one, they give it to me.
Okay.
So I'm probably gonna have a 2023 Porsche Macan for a little while. Do a little review.
You want a soggy tempura calamari for breakfast? No?
Trying to cut back. Thanks. But in a situation where your car is dangerous, don't park it in your garage, or it needs work done or something like that, so it's not dangerous. You're looking at like 2-3 months out just to get into the shop.
Very true. It took me over a month and a half to get in for my oil change because I didn't know I needed it. I didn't know it was like that nowadays where it was going to take you that long to get in. So I didn't schedule it until it was due. Whereas I should have scheduled it like 1,000 miles out.
Well,
You have to be preemptive these days with everything.
granted, You can go to a little quick change lube place. But in my opinion, when the vehicle's under warranty, I want all my documentation with the dealer. A dealer. Because I took it in for oil change. Well, your motor blew. Why? Never had an oil change. Well, I brought it into your dealership. Y'all said y'all changed the oil. So versus, well, here's my receipts from Jiffy Lube. Yeah. Well, here's the cost for a new motor.
Yeah.
Parts and labor. Bend over.
2 hands.
Full eye contact.
Don't do that while I'm chewing.
So these hoverboards, better watch out.
I can't use a hoverboard anyway. I would literally crack my skull open.
I don't think I've ever tried
I've
one.
met me. I've seen too many fail videos to even bother trying.
Several Honda models, Jeep Wranglers among 393,000 recalled cars this week.
Oh, lovely.
The latest round of vehicle recalls posted in the last week by the U.S. National Highway Traffic Administration features leaking fuel tanks, torn airbags, and defective side view mirrors. Honda and Chrysler account for most of the 427 cars recalled in the past week. Car owners can check USA Today's automotive recall database or search the NHTSA's database for new recalls.
Does it say the years by any chance?
It says Jeep Wrangler fuel tank could leak. Chrysler, the maker of Jeep vehicles, said an unnecessary and unused frame stud on as many as almost 58,000 Jeep vehicles could pierce the fuel tank and lead to a fire. Oh, that's good.
What year?
Stand by. Chrysler, in an NHTSA report, said 58% of the recall vehicles are expected to have an unneeded part. What year is your Jeep?
2020. But my thought is, there's been a lot of recalls from all these different manufacturers, and a lot of them are older ones. And I'm like, those are the ones they want you to bring in because you don't have navigation or it's not equipped to GPS track the crap out of you. So when you go in for this recall, they're really going to add in a tracking thing at the same time.
Well, that's like that letter from AT&T I got. They want me to get the added extra security service.
Not security for you, I'm sure.
2020 to 2023 Jeep Wrangler.
Well, I should probably go by.
According to the recall report, Chrysler had not been aware of any injuries or accidents related to the issues as of March 9. Affected owners can expect to be notified of the recall on May 12, according to the report, and will be offered a free removal of the frame stud. Honda side view mirrors are falling off. Audi EV airbags could tear. Okay. Yeah, so, you know, that's
Yeah.
the thing.
The important things.
And what else we got here? Tesla. Tesla issues recall on Semi over defective brake module. Rollaway risk.
Is that the self-driving one at that?
I don't think they've unlocked the self-driving technology yet, but it could.
On semis. Because we saw that self-driving four-door, the one they were using for Uber.
In San Francisco? No doubt Tesla has the technology. But Tesla has issued a voluntary recall on the Semi, the first since the company began delivering on the heavy-duty electric trucks to customers in December 2022. Defective brakes. I think that's probably like one of the last things I would want as a defect on a vehicle capable of handling like 80,000 pounds at highway speed.
Especially if they're going to put some chemicals or some East Palestine, Ohio wastewater in there.
Ooh, cut deep.
Wait till you see my video today.
Researcher warning about dangers of AI. Shut it all down. So you got to think about it. All this tech, all these problems, all these recalls, and now AI.
When what they want us to move to is AI and tech and away from human to human and people.
I wonder if what's the protocol for a self-driving vehicle when the brakes fail, or as people will have a natural instinct and reaction to it. AI will have a calculated risk of who to save, who to let die. Remember, like iRobot, the robots would show up and they'd calculate the percent of fatalities
Yeah.
based on their decisions.
So I'm on YouTube because my video is loading and I'm about to put some background stuff to it. And one of your videos happens to be on the home screen. And it's the self-made millionaire morning routine. Tell me why I didn't realize that I'm like knocked out in bed when you recorded part of that. Okay,
Little cameo.
weirdo. Anyway. Hiccups.
AI is dangerous.
We know AI is dangerous. We knew AI was dangerous before they started putting AI into everyday life. We saw it in movies ahead of time. The Simpsons let you know at some point, I'm sure. If The Simpsons said it, you know it's real.
We got salmonella outbreak leads to FDA warning. Listeria and insects.
Oh, well, insects are in every food. The FDA actually allows a certain amount of really gross stuff into every single thing that you and I eat or drink.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Is that what that-
So just FYI, got a video on that from probably about 6 months ago. It grossed me out. I literally didn't want to eat for a couple of days, but hunger overtook.
As part of the enforcement activities, the Food and Drug Administration sends warning letters to entities under its jurisdiction. A food firm in California is on notice from the FDA for violations of various FDA regulations.
Oh, side note, I was doing some research today, and it won't be in today's video, but it's coming. The FDA does not regulate the cocaine that is used in the anesthesia that's given to you. Just FYI. Cool stuff. Here's FYI.
I didn't know there was cocaine in it.
Exactly.
Regulations, let's see, including salmonella in their seafood processing facility, inspection of Mariscos Bahia Inc. was prompted by a salmonella outbreak that was linked to fresh salmon processed at their facility. In a February 7th, 2023 warning letter, the FDA described in October 6th through October 21st, 2022, FDA and California Department of Public Health CDPH inspection of Mariscos Bahia Inc.'s seafood processing facility in Pico Rivera, California. The FDA's inspection revealed that the firm was not in compliance with regulations and resulted in the issuance of an FDA Form 483. The significant violations are as follows: multi-state outbreak of Salmonella Litchfield linked to fresh raw salmon. The FDA, along with CDC and state and local partners, investigated the multi-state outbreak of the Litchfield infections linked to fresh raw salmon processed by Mariscos Bahia. The investigation included 39 ill people in 4 states who were infected with the outbreak strain of salmonella. 15 hospitalizations, no deaths. I think some of this ended up at Publix. I think some of this salmon ended up at Publix.
What's interesting to me is I hear these things and I think to myself, well, is it really because of them, or is it because our waterways are so contaminated with all these derailments and chemicals being spilled into them? But they're blaming it on the company, so then there's one more food processing plant that's out.
Yeah, it says here, I'll show you guys so you can see, salmon sold in Florida Publix stores recalled over Listeria concerns. So these are concerns. I don't know if it's from Tampa, down in Tampa. Tampa's always getting hit with something. U.S. Food and Drug Administration published a recall about salmon sold at Publix supermarkets in Florida Friday. A company announced A company announcement from Seven Seas International USA of St. Petersburg, Florida, said it would be recalling 295 cases of Baltimore smoked sockeye salmon due to possible Listeria monocytogenes contamination. It doesn't say if it's tied to that plant in California.
One by one, eliminating the food sources that people eat.
Well, if it ain't the food, it's the weather. Mm-hmm. Is it being manipulated? Is this happening on purpose? I'm reading the headline of a winter storm in April.
Oh yeah, up north. I mean, you had the tornadoes that went through. It like demolished Little Rock, Arkansas. Thankfully, Mary and Hot Springs is safe. But it demolished Little Rock. It took numerous lives. The week before that, Mississippi and Alabama. I think Tennessee got a little bit of it. Indiana, I think, got some. It's all over the place. And it's just absolutely crazy for us here to get a tornado watch when it's literally 74 degrees. There's a 4% chance of rain. The sky is sunny. Why is there a tornado watch? It doesn't make sense. But I did, like I said, I watched them show how they make lightning. And it was eye-opening. Let me just tell you, if you can make lightning, you can definitely make all the other stuff that goes along with it.
Is it like, I'm not a scientist, was it kind of like how Sean William Scott made lightning and made thunder in the rundown when he clapping his thighs together?
A little bit different than that.
Slightly.
Slightly different. Yeah.
I think that's how you do it.
Yeah.
Oregon spring break travelers should expect heavy snow in the Cascades until Sunday night. Storm warning
spring break in Oregon?
also said up to a foot of snow could fall in the Coast Range. Impactful snow, according to NWS Portland Twitter, is expected across the Cascades this weekend, with forecast snow totals up to 3+ feet in passes Friday through Sunday. Prepare for hazardous travel conditions.
It's interesting. These places that are going on spring break or have spring break ability are now having these storms that would then push them to the areas that benefit most from spring break, like, I don't know, Florida and down south.
I'm sure it's going to have an impact on food.
I was at Publix today, and there was a lot of stuff, I would say, missing, but also a lot of people putting stuff out at the same time. So
it'll affect the locals, but it'll also affect future harvests and crops.
True.
With this weather being so cold and unexpected. Blizzard warning issued western South Dakota targeted by a significant winter storm. Targeted. That's weird they would use the word targeted for a storm.
That's what I've been saying. Pay attention to the wording. Wait till you hear what I have today. You're going to be like, oh, somebody slipped.
Uh-oh.
Somebody messed up.
Was it Yahoo again?
Nope, it was the government.
Government?
Yep.
You talking about Biden ass?
You have no idea.
All right, well now I gotta go watch it.
I did too much rice to noodle ratio. I lost some of the flavor. Bland rice soaked up the flavor from the noodles and then dissipated. I don't know.